said that the reader lives 100 lives, a non-reader lives only once.
And I remember everybody during my time, thinking that he is a Howard Roark, because the the character was portrayed in such a beautiful manner, that it is. But yes, reading, it could be anything, starting with comics to and nowadays you also have these audible books, so if you don't want to all the time be
Yeah.
on the screen, you want to rest your eyes, you could just go to this. Audible is a very, very good source of books. You could just close your eyes, put headphones in flights, or wherever you want to do, and you can read these great books, which and every book is a treasure trove. You may not take everything from the book, but there is something that you can take from the book, whichever book that you're reading.
Wonderful. So it is said that the reader lives 100 lives, a non-reader lives only once. So it's better to learn from the amazing and wonderful people around us, those who are writing their entire biographies and like this. So I think, sir, what I feel personally, that your life is very short. You won't be able to get everything, but whatever is possible, things are there around. Meet people, talk to the people. Now sources are available on the fingertip. As you said, that the podcasts are available. This is also the Let's Talk is one of the podcasts where people will be able to learn so many things. Sir, now coming to our special, the healthcare domain. I saw you recently. Many congratulations. The game changer, especially in the healthcare top 30. The eminent people in the country. Sir, what is changing in healthcare space now? Coming, it's a vast, the subject to talk, but we will touch upon, the fewer things which will be helpful for all our healthcare colleagues.
Yes. So, I will just talk very few themes which will be important for India, and why those themes are important, and what is happening on the themes. So, the most important theme for India would be, I will split that into two parts. One is about democratization of healthcare. By democratizing healthcare, it means two important things. Of course, democratization means for everyone. That you are doing it for the masses. Everyone gets involved, and democratization is a two-way process. One, in which any citizen of our country, he or she living in the remotest part of India, gets access to good healthcare. That is one part. The other part of the story is about their financial background. So when you're democratized truly, so what kind of healthcare you are able to access should not be determined by your economic status. That means agar aap gareeb hain, you're poor, you're rich, whoever you are, you get exactly the same healthcare which anybody gets. So two parts of democratizing healthcare. One is about the access, that even if you're living in Nagaland, Jammu Kashmir, any remote part, any village, you have the access to healthcare. And second is the money does not determine what kind of healthcare you get. So that is the path to take as far as India is concerned about the core healthcare. Now that can be achieved by obviously three important things that we are already thinking of. You're seeing it happening. One is about having a universal EMR and EHR and a ID, which you are aware, the National Digital Health Mission, wants to give an ABA ID to every individual. And then thereafter, what happens once you have an ID and you have these EMRs and EHR which speak to each other? Once you have that ID and you have all your healthcare records tagged to that ID, over which you have control, so it is not that somebody else can access your data. But the only good part is that just by using that ID, let us say I'm sitting in Ladakh in some remote area, and I'm able to send that ID of mine to a very prominent doctor, let us say in Delhi, to talk about my sugar problem, and he or she just puts in that ID inside the computer, and the complete record, everything comes in front of him, and he can then advise, he or she, the doctor can advise this person that whether he doesn't have to come in from Ladakh, he can be, he can go and talk to a local doctor, or some medicine can be prescribed. So you see this whole thing becoming democratized, that you are now able to, number one, control your own health data, and make it accessible to whomever you want to make it accessible. throughout the country, okay, wherever you want to do it. So you don't have to travel every time having 20, 30 files in your hand, half the paper is lost. You don't have to do. So this is one theme. But I always say something else also. 140 crore of us, and out of that, around 80 crores, I say, are the people who are not covered by any insurance at all, are in the middle class, and who have got a catastrophic healthcare spending. Let us say they go through a disease like cancer, etc. As you're aware, our out-of-pocket healthcare spending is one of the highest in the world. The world average is 18%, and the latest data shows that it is around 48%. Earlier, it was around 60%. So in no which way we will be able to provide healthcare to everybody who becomes sick. So let us say every Indian, does not follow a healthy lifestyle, or as a lifestyle which is pushing them towards sickness. We will not be able to treat them because, first of all, there are too many of us. Resources are scarce. We are spending around some 1.3% of our GDP on healthcare, and even if we are spending slightly more, we are too many people. So I would say that the other theme which needs actual push also is to move towards wellness, that is to change our lifestyle. We will have to do it because, as I said, we are just too many of us to be treated in sickness, and as you said, as you saw in COVID, the moment COVID hit us and the numbers started going up, the healthcare infrastructure started crumbling. It happened across the world. So you cannot happen that too many sick people land up in our hospital doors and you start treating them. It is better to keep your population healthy. And towards that, I think, as we keep on repeating this on and on, we are the highest diabetic, we are diabetic capital of the world. Our heart, genetically we are predisposed, and we keep saying these negative things all the time. But I always say that let us move to a step where we are moving towards a healthy lifestyle. That means only two three things. One, we eat healthy food. So as you must have said, this push towards millets, ragi, jawar, bajra, which are our homegrown foods, rather than going towards wheat and rice, because which reduces the glycemic index and your diabetes comes under control. So carbohydrates have to be reduced. These foods, and so food habit number one, and going towards our desi local foods. Second is doing a little bit of exercise. 20 minutes walk itself is a big thing. Don't have to do some marathon running or something like that, and an annual health checkup. Okay, this I think two three things if we combine. Of course, not living a sedentary life, having some activity, in not sitting in front of the mobile all the time, 24 into 7. I think this is a second theme. So democratization of healthcare, where we treat sick people democratically across the country, using, and then this national health digital health mission, using Aadhaar cards, having EMRs and EHRs, everybody coming on EMRs. This is one big theme. The second theme is that moving towards wellness and not falling sick, not going to hospital at all. That theme, I think, is a very crucial theme, which will play out over the period of years, so that our resources do not get wasted towards trying to make sick people healthier. The resources are spent in much more important things in the country.
Sir, I feel what you said is absolutely right. These three, four components are very much important, and we cannot say that if I'm so busy, that people earn a lot of money sacrificing their health, and over a period of time, once they hit 55 or 60, there all this money goes into the treatment of such a chronic disease and the surgeries and like this. So from the birth, whenever a child took birth, at that point of time there should be ID should be created. What was the birth weight of a child, what was the consequences, whether it is normally delivered or surgery, and how it happened. And then this journey should continue throughout the life of that particular person. So this record, what you said, is absolutely right. I feel that our government is also working in the same line. They are also finding a lot of opportunities to how to take a lot of steps into this. So this is what which is important. I see, sir, here in the healthcare space, the hospitals in India, they are evolving, I should say, but still a lot more things needs to be taken in the consideration when it comes to digitalization, use of the latest technology, AI, and the machine learning kind of thing. A lot of things are happening around, sir. When I see that the company of Elon Musk is talking about the Neuralink, so that is some completely, if I think that will become successful, it will completely revolutionize the entire healthcare industry. In India, sir, how do you see the journey so far?
Yes, so India will be at the, I would say, at the spearhead of technological advancement. Specifically, if you look at, because as you know, the countries which have good quality startups, fire in the belly of youngsters to do entrepreneurship, to go on that journey. I think it's very, very strong, and we are now creating an ecosystem where the new emerging technologies are being homegrown in the country. So it's a good start. The journey has started, and as you rightly said, the technologies like AI, which have a great potential, at the same time have a negative side also. But I think every technology which has been developed for the mankind has a negative side, and I think human beings have to evolve to to know about the negative side, keep it that negative side under control, and use the technology in better manner. I see, I attend many of these conferences and meetings, and I'm very, very, very proud to see many, many youngsters. All right, which are who are into the journey, especially in the healthcare domain. If I talk about others, anyway, it is happening. And building these apps, building these programs, which are solving problems, which they see around in healthcare. So, um, and also importantly, as you rightly said, our own hospitals have to realize the potential of these, and inculcate those into your practices in the hospital, because we are still running in a very, very classical way. If you see, you will not see many hospitals completely 180 degrees running in a very different manner. It's the same. You go into the hospital, there's an OPD, you go and sit in the OPD, there's a waiting time, you come and all that. So generally it is same, but some things are happening in those direction where people now take appointments online. They do not come and stand in line. Reports are coming on your mobile phones. You don't have to go to the hospital to collect your reports. The wait time outside the doctor's office is reduced drastically, because it's all now linked to your thing. AI is being used to judge the moods of patients sitting in the OPD area. And the moment you find that somebody is under trouble or distress, you go and ask, what is the problem? What happened to you? So, a lot of these wastages in your, billing, all these things are now being slowly. So I'm talking about the non-clinical part. In the clinical part, as you rightly said, predictability, algorithms to predict the right kind of treatment, going towards very specific, targeted therapies which are determined by your specific genotype, the type of genes that you have, going into robotics, precision surgeries, which have less blood loss, less pain, less stay in the hospital. I think those are the themes which are now coming, all of them are coming together. And with your bandwidths now going from 3G, 4G, 5G, and it will continue to move in that direction as technology advances, you will see that maybe someday it's not very far when surgeons will be able to operate across continents, because the lag in the giving the command that they're giving and it actually executing, and the error in the command is going to be very, very low because of these faster speeds and also larger bandwidths. So those are things I think we will see in our lifetime, completely change the way healthcare is delivered. Right now we are still in the transition phase. We still see classically the hospitals operate the same way as they operated 10 years back.
Thank you so much for sharing lots of insights, Commander Bali. Last message, which whatever you would wish to communicate to our audience and our viewers.
Yes, no, so I feel not in a platform where I can sort of give advices to people, and I'm very, very wary of giving advices to people. I don't like to do that. But yes, some things that I observe and some things that I think I have observed in my life, it could be taken as a small example of what I have seen, and different people can use it differently. One is about, as I rightly said earlier, also is that avoiding going to hospital at all. I think as far as health, individual health is concerned, the moment we start looking at our health as most valuable asset of ours. When we have money with us, we look at whether I should deploy it in a FD, put it in a mutual fund, buy property, gold. We do so much research, etc. We have a good car, we send for servicing every year. We look at the car is insured, kept. So I think that kind of a thought process on our health also has to come, where we look after our health in such a way. And it's not very difficult, let me tell you, if the start is good. I mean, food, activity, annual health checkups, maybe taking an insurance. And let me tell you, Government of India, along with a lot of private healthcare inputs are being taken to create a very low cost insurance model for the common public. And so, then you are reducing the out of pocket spending. That is one thing. So I think having not only individual, but for the complete family, the head of the family or the mother, father have to set examples, so the children itself, from the beginning itself, they are, they undergo these health checkups. And I think very, very importantly, the women of our society, okay, because a country where women are healthier, you have healthy children. Not only forget about whether women are healthy and you have healthy children, a healthy, women in the society, can bring so much, for the society, so many advantages for the society. And I think women health, especially in our villages where we see the hemoglobin levels of ladies are very low. They don't even realize it. They don't eat their food properly because they are more focused on their family. And anemia, the smaller things, which do not push them to have healthier lives. I'm just giving small examples. So I think overall, that is something that we need to look at as far as we are concerned. As far as as a society, we are concerned, the direction is right. We will see a lot of good things happening in healthcare going forward. And one more important thing is, nobody can do it alone. So private healthcare, along with the government institutions, along with the public, I think this triangle has to be completed. And only then you will see that the health of the society will have a paradigm shift from where we are right now to where we want to go in the future. But every one of us, all these three, as I said, private, government, and public, have to partner with each other towards the better health of the country.
Wonderful, sir. Anemia is one single cause of many problems, especially for the woman health in the country. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all the lovely insights. I feel that these insights will be very helpful for all our healthcare colleagues, even the other people also. A lot of things you shared about the personal development. And thank you so much for sharing all the resources, especially for the reading resources. We'll catch up again, sir, for another podcast.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to be here today. Thank you so much.